Lionel Messi's father, Jorge Messi, has sadly died at the age of 68, while Spain remained confident about hosting the 2030 World Cup final, and Ivan Toney is facing prosecution over an alleged assault. And this is your daily football news. Lionel Messi's father dies at age 68, a deeply emotional moment for Lionel Messi and his family, as his father and longtime agent, Jorge Messi, has died at the age of 68 in Rosario, Argentina, following treatment for a prolonged illness. Jorge was one of the most important figures behind Lionel Messi's incredible football career. He supported his son from his early days at Newell's Old Boys and later traveled with the young Messi to Barcelona for the trial that helped begin his legendary journey in European football. Jorge also became Lionel's longtime representative, handling his contracts, transfers, image rights and business affairs throughout his career, including his moves to Paris Saint-Germain and Inter Miami. During the 2026 World Cup, Messi had spoken about the emotional difficulty of dealing with his father's illness. While the family had asked for privacy surrounding Jorge's health, the football world has now paid tribute to Jorge Messi, remembering not only his role as Lionel's agent, but also his importance as a father who stood beside the football's greatest player throughout his journey. Rest in peace, Jorge Messi. Spain confident of hosting 2030 World Cup final. The Spanish government has expressed confidence that Spain can host the 2030 World Cup final, after FIFA rejected reports suggesting that Morocco had already been given priority. Spanish Sports Minister Mila Tolón said the country has all the necessary conditions to host the tournament's most important match. According to the Spain government, they have several advantages, including modern infrastructure, strong security, extensive experience hosting major sporting events and a position as one of the world's leading football nations. Spanish officials also confirmed that FIFA had denied the rumors surrounding Morocco. For now, Spain remains optimistic about its chances of staging the 2030 World Cup final, with the government highlighting the country's infrastructure and experience as major advantages. Ivan Toney faces prosecution over alleged assault. Ivan Toney has been charged over allegations of causing injury following an incident at a nightclub in London in December 2025. The 30-year-old striker, who plays in Saudi Arabia, is expected to appear in court on August 24. The timing is particularly notable because the court appearance comes shortly before a major match between England and Spain. Toney had previously rebuilt his career after making an impressive return at the World Cup under head coach Thomas Tuchel, following the completion of his suspended betting ban in 2024. However, this latest legal case could now have a direct impact on his international prospects and his future in football. The situation remains an important issue for both Toney and the England national team. Toby Alderweireld backs Marcus Rashford for Tottenham. Former defender Toby Alderweireld believes Tottenham could be the ideal destination for Marcus Rashford to rediscover his form and confidence. Rashford's future remains uncertain after his spell at Barcelona and return to Manchester United, while his reported salary of around £325,000 per week makes a permanent move difficult for many clubs. Tottenham are looking for a winger under head coach Roberto De Zerbi, and Alderweireld believes Rashford could fit perfectly. He highlighted Rashford's pace, direct dribbling and tendency to cut inside from the left as qualities that could make a difference. Most importantly, Alderweireld believes Rashford needs confidence. With the right environment, he feels the England forward can return to his best performance. Arsenal consider Gabriel Jesus' exit. Arsenal are considering allowing Gabriel Jesus to leave during the summer transfer window, despite the Brazilian striker remaining with the squad during their preseason tour. Napoli are being mentioned as one potential destination for the 29-year-old forward, who could return to Serie A if a deal is agreed. Arsenal are looking to receive around €20 million for Jesus if they decide to sell him. The proposed transfer is also interesting because Jesus and Napoli head coach Massimiliano Allegri are both represented by the same agency. That existing connection could potentially make negotiations easier if Napoli decide to pursue the striker. For Arsenal, a departure would open another spot in the attacking department as the club continues to assess its squad ahead of the new season. Endic's future at Real Madrid uncertain. Endrick's future at Real Madrid has come under further doubt, with his representatives looking for a new destination in the Premier League. At such a young age, Endrick needs regular playing time to continue developing, rather than spending too much time on the bench at the Bernabeu. A loan move is now being considered, similar to his previous spell at Lyon. A move to the Premier League would give the Brazilian striker a new challenge and another opportunity to prove himself. If the right club can be found, Endrick could return to Madrid with more experience and a stronger position in the squad. Arsenal make contact for Christian Romero. Arsenal are actively searching for another centre-back, with Christian Romero among the names on their radar. According to Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal have already held initial discussions with Romero's representatives to explore the possibility of a transfer. However, a deal would be extremely difficult because Romero currently plays for Tottenham, Arsenal's biggest rivals in North London. Tottenham are not expected to want one of their key players joining Arsenal, making negotiations particularly complicated. Atletico Madrid are also closely following Romero and have already been in contact with both the player and Tottenham. For Arsenal, Ezri Konsa is considered a more realistic option, but Romero remains on their list. Arsenal prepare new Ezri Konsa offer. Arsenal are preparing to return to negotiations with Aston Villa with a new offer for Ezri Konsa. According to Daily Mail, the 28-year-old centre-back remains one of Arsenal's top targets after being closely monitored throughout the summer. Arsenal have already made an initial offer, but it was not enough to convince Villa, who value Konsa at around £60 million. Aston Villa want to keep the England international and are prepared to offer him a new contract, but they could be forced to consider a deal if Arsenal increase their proposal. Konsa made 47 appearances last season, while Liverpool are also monitoring him, adding further competition to the race for his signature. Inter reject €40 million Alexander Stankovic offer. Inter Milan have rejected a huge €40 million offer from Brentford for young centre-back Alexander Stankovic. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, the proposal was considered a significant amount, but Inter still have no intention of allowing their young talent to leave. The Italian giants see Stankovic as an important part of their long-term plans and believe he has plenty of potential to develop further. Because of that, Inter are currently prioritizing keeping the defender rather than accepting a major transfer fee. Brentford's willingness to offer €40 million also shows just how highly the Premier League club rates Stankovic. However, unless Inter change their position, Brentford may have to continue looking for another defensive target. For now, the Nerazzurri remain determined to keep their young centre-back. Monaco join Romelu Lukaku race. As Monaco are emerging as a potential destination for Romelu Lukaku during the summer transfer window, the Ligue 1 side have joined the race for the Belgian striker as Napoli look to find him a new club. Monaco could also need to replace Fuller and Balogun if the American forward leaves, making Lukaku an experienced option to strengthen their attack. The 31-year-old's experience could be particularly valuable for Monaco as they look to add more quality up front. Another major attraction is the reported asking price, with Napoli said to be willing to accept around €10 million for Lukaku. At relatively low fee can make the Belgian striker an interesting opportunity for Monaco in the final weeks of the transfer window. PSG push for Zion Suzuki. Paris Saint-Germain are accelerating their efforts to sign Zion Suzuki from Parma, but the deal is being held up by the goalkeeper's demands. After regularly playing in Serie A last season, the 24-year-old Japan international wants to continue as a starter and does not want to move to Paris simply to become a backup. PSG cannot currently guarantee him the number 1 spot because Matvei Safonov remains part of their plans. One option being considered is signing Suzuki and then sending him out on loan next season. Parma previously rejected an offer of around €28 million plus €5 million in bonuses, so PSG are expected to return with an improved proposal. And that wraps up your football breaking news for the past 24 hours. All the most exciting updates from the football world will be continuously updated on Offside News. Make sure hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.